Cool. So, hi. I just am taking in the beauty. It's true. It's kind of extreme. Hi. Yeah. So, we're about to close a decade. I thought I'd read you guys this new poem from my weird new life. I moved back to the place where I come from. I'm from Salem, Massachusetts. And okay, has anybody here been there? Wow. Okay. So there's a lot of witches in the room, obviously.
It's very advanced.
Right.
Yes.
It's a dark place, and it's interesting because the negative puritanical vibe is so tangible that it's almost like silly putty. Like you can kind of do stuff with it. Like it's substantive. It's like it's silly putty or slime. Anyway, I'm gonna read you this new poem off my phone. I hope you like it.
Because it's Christmas themed.
Say that again.
Phone is Christmas themed.
Hot sauce. I know. I said I would wear crimson. I've been wearing maroon. Like I've actually been wearing maroon because it like homeopathically protects me from Harvard. And it's actually true. It does work. It does work. But I decided to go like 90s Lower East Side vibes. So. Does anyone have anything they need to say?
You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Likewise. We're exchanging. I can feel it. We're exchanging. You're good at this.
You're working the longest and all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. Sometimes I think this entire culture, 5,000 years, was just a rehearsal for the apocalypse. The owners of this culture siphoned up an energy from colonized doomsday preachers whose own religion, a strange affair of a flame language and incantations, leather straps and amulets, camels and tents, must have seemed a bizarre perversion to the successful, to worshippers of gods. Some will tell you the alphabet was a secret math. Some will say our speech was a bovine eructation, a kind of polluting fertilization, ferreting out of the air a weird palazzo of the air, an edifice of clouds and hierarchies of heaven, down whose rutted facade slides the sun. Like a bright medicinal ointment, so our world might be glanced off of as a beam of white light would hitting a clean medical instrument. Instrument of what? In all our talk of the cosmos, transacting the flows of Mercury and Venus and formal Saturn fastening our teeth to our heads, I myself, who knows better, forgot to recollect what it smelled like in that dolmen full of oak leaves. I was doing at least some of what I perceived that I could, because I allowed that he fastened himself extremely deeply to me, physically. I perceived in the man certain ancient memories, which he exuded and which mixed with my sweat, which I then blessed without his knowledge. Do you ever get visions while fucking? I asked him. He said no. Dead leaves carry a living, even a cheerful fragrance. T.S. Eliot had crankish, querulous ideas about the world, but for the most part, these do not ruin the accuracy in, the prophecy in, for example, 4 quartets, or just the fact he could listen to people and record what they sounded like. In The Wasteland, Be Recorder, what is that? Is that my friend Matt's movie? Or is it a band? It's a book by Carmen Jimenez Smith. It's a rhythm that flew into my head. I think measure and lines, lineation is a help in draining from the truth the obstructing presence of a person. And his perhaps idiot views. You have to be the sound of the world flowing through you, and you have like a pointer on a delicate dial to be made to tremble, even by the sound of a sobbing child many hundreds of miles away, which is a sound you have never exactly heard. So a man may buttress his person with stupid things he imagines might hold him up, while such flows run down his veins and out his hands. I'm not interested in apologizing for the man, only that I heard in his old poems the world, beaten out, iambic and unhidden, the very world I still walk through today, even with everything that's happened. And the punks and singers said French symbolism and Wales was where their music came from, not all that different from him or me. There is a precise moment when every scent Kyle has covered his body in to be polite is split by sweat and cut away by something bursting forth and ancient, which he knows himself enough to worship quietly while walking around, apparently practicing the new religions of our day. He has smuggled his heart into the dark and told it may at least pretend to love. I don't know how to tell you how I noticed that's what I was doing too. Like an old syncretic magic trick a colonized Roman might have done, except to murmur the name of some Caesar before pouring out the water and wine to her true gods. Sex is one place for love to hide. Crucible of our basic goodness, screen of witness, where I feel unfolding from you, I am not lying many, many spools of time. It does well to be simple. I have learned how to be simple. I have learned how to behave, living like a jar for certain preserved insights that unscrolled upon a slender banner, the gentlest form of scholarship, glossing only delicately an unfolding situation that cannot be taught, only experienced, rising among a faint and turning mist off the surface of the river. So I don't know if you could tell that was about having sex with somebody that you don't technically love.
Yeah.
Was that clear?
Yeah.
Cool. So I just want to like have a little bit of repartee with you before I give up the floor.